and welcome to Quick Looks at the Casual Hour. My name is Bobby, and we are going to be taking a look at High Rush today, and I would not want to have a rush or be high without Chase.
Hi-Fi Rush.
Hi-Fi guys playing a
hi-fi. High fidelity. I don't know if you know that, Bobby.
Oh.
It's a music thing.
Chase, it is January 28th, and I'm here to tell you that I think I've maybe found the winner for 2023 for best style.
Well, it's still early.
It's still early. What do you know about this game?
I know kind of very little. I know it came out only a few days ago, January 25th, 2023. It's developed by Tango Gameworks. Those are the people behind The Evil Within and Ghostwire Tokyo. They got acquired by Bethesda a while ago. I think they got acquired by Bethesda before they even made their first game, or before they released their first game. And then Bethesda obviously got acquired by Microsoft. And then this game was stealth dropped.
Yes.
At the last Xbox Developer Direct or whatever the hell they called it. And it's just out now, and people are trying it. And I guess in some ways this is an indie game, but it's also the exact opposite of an indie game,
right?
In terms of it's a company that's been bought by another company that's been bought by another company.
And I gotta tell you, before we get too deep into this game, I think it's pretty remarkable that in 2023 we can still get surprised with the stealth. Like I had no idea about this game. That's pretty remarkable to me.
Yeah, I did see some people on Twitter talking about how, yes, it's cool that it's a stealth drop, but also trying to warn indie developers, like true indie developers, don't do this with your games. Like, you are not Microsoft. You do not have the Microsoft money. You do not have the perfect placement of being able to shadow drop this on a big stream, and also have the power of Game Pass behind it, where everybody can just go and try it for basically free. So while yes, I agree, it's very cool that we just have this surprise game, and I think the surpriseness of it is making a lot of people look at it that might not have looked at it if it had gotten a big run up. But also, this is not an indie game. Do not do this for your games, people.
Yeah. So Hi-Fi Rush, Chase, this is an action rhythm game. I'm about an hour and 10 minutes into it at the save. I believe I just got out of the first world tutorial. I've had my first boss battle. It was a ton of fun. And I just discovered what is being called the hideout. So anytime you load into the game, you're going to start here at your hideout. There's 3 things we'll call out here that I can tell you about. You're doing unlockable things in the game to get rewards. It's not quite a battle pass. Think of it more of oh god, what was that thing in Destiny you would get for just playing the game? You can go and unlock rewards, prestige and shit.
Yeah, or triumphs or
these are triumphs, and they're filling out this big mural when you do it. I just met this person over here, and her name
seems cool.
Yeah, so you meet her via a cat, which is over here. That's 808 down there. He's the kitty cat, and she was controlling him. He's a drone name. Yes, but I think her name's Mint. I just found out her name last night. You're Chai. Yes, her name is Mint. Your name is Chai, so I think there's a tea theme going there. Okay. But she's opened up a shop where you can upgrade your attacks, which are combos that you can. Right now in the game, it's just a heavy and light, so I'll show you that here in a second. You can buy new special attacks and have one equipped at a time, and you're filling up a gauge in the game with that by hitting people on the beat, and you can buy items that increase your life gauge, also your reverb core, which is what's going to allow you to do your special attacks. But let me show you what we're talking about here, because this game, rhythm games in general.
Before you do, just maybe a question for you. This game has a lot of licensed music in it.
Yes, it does.
Is that going to be okay?
For what we're doing here, I think that's okay for YouTube videos, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Okay.
But they do have...
Yeah, maybe we just don't monetize this. Not that I don't know how much we monetize anything, but...
They do have
just making sure.
Where's it at on here?
Like a streamer mode?
Yep. They pull that up. That's the very first thing that popped up, actually. Here we go. So if we turn this on, post videos of gameplay on the internet, we might as well. We'll go ahead and do streamer mode.
What are some of the tracks that we're listening to though? If you were playing this yourself,
I've heard two what I would call like recognizable, very recognizable. I've heard a Black Keys song and I've heard a Nine Inch Nails song. If that
sure, okay.
I will say this game seems to be. I guess we're gonna have to reload it. It seems to be a bit placed in like early 2000s to mid 2000s. When it comes to like its musical stylings, which look,
okay, I'm pulling up the track list here. Let's see, we have 1 Million by Nine Inch Nails.
Peppermint,
also the perfect,
not mint.
Also
Peppermint.
The Perfect Drug. What's her name?
Peppermint, not just
Peppermint.
mint.
Sure. The Perfect Drug by Nine Inch Nails. Lonely Boy by the Black Keys. That's the one they use in the trailer. Invaders Must Die by the Prodigy. Worrying by the Joy Formidable. Inazawa Chainsaw by Number Girl, and Wolfgang's Fifth Symphony by Wolfgang Gartner. Interesting.
Yeah, there's some tracks on it. So 808 is a drone, and you met Peppermint via that. So like what I really like about it with having 808 here, you see how there's a pulse happening.
Mm-hmm.
So a quick backstory about your character. You go in to get some modifications done, and you had an iPod in your pocket. The iPod falls down, and just like every superhero origin, it's based off of a bad science experiment. You now have an iPod for a heart. Think Tony Stark's arc reactor.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And if you look at the world, they've done a fantastic job. Everything around here is a visual indicator of what your beat is. Upper left-hand corner with your health bar. Mm-hmm. Your finger and 808. So you've got 2 attacks, as I mentioned. If you do those at the rate, you'll end up getting this finisher that you did on the beat.
Okay.
Your heavy attack is a 2-step. So I'll do 1, and then again, and that's how you do those. And you can mix those up. Here's a little pro tip for everybody. This game is not going to punish you if you're off the beat. You might not get the mats and stuff that will fill up your reverb bar, but it also has a really cool thing where if you just press your button again at the point of contact, you're usually going to be on beat. That's a good way to remember it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we've had games that have kind of played in similar spaces. I know like Cadence of Hyrule has some of this where, hey, if you're on the beat, you get bonuses, but you're not exactly punished by going off beat. Even something like Mother 3 has, hey, you can do your turn-based attacks, but if you also hit the button on the beat, you can get extra attacks or extra bonus damage out of that. Yep. So that's a cool idea. I was telling Johnny, who played this the day of release, because he was also watching the developer direct, that just from the trailer, aesthetically, this felt like a little bit of Sunset Overdrive, a little bit of Jet Set Radio, and all done in like the Archer art style.
Yeah, it's got a ton of style, and you're right. You can pull a few different things here for like.
Oh, hang on. Can you go back to that
what's her name?
lift thing?
Rep. This?
Yeah. Okay. Then they just said it. Yeah. Somebody watched Seinfeld here, right?
Yeah. Vandalay.
Yeah.
Give credit where credit's due.
Did I just see Vandalay? And now I was like, oh yeah, absolutely. You saw Vandalay. It's everywhere now.
So picking up scrap here, that is currency. Bottom right corner, I have 15,000 of those right now. That's what you use to upgrade your abilities.
Okay.
So that's the only like mainline currency I found. I haven't seen any sort of microtransactions yet. This seems to be like a pretty straightforward video game. There are, as I showed earlier, the shop, quite a bit of upgrades you can do to your character, and you can pick up health, and you can pick up batteries that fill up your reverb. You have a dodge, which I'm doing. You can do the dodge on the beat to get kind of that Mario triple jump with it. Let me see if I can get it to activate here. There we go. So that was it. I can do like 3 of those in a row.
See. Okay.
And the enemies have not been like constant, but it's more like arena. Like you've entered into an arena, you're going to have a wave of enemies, and then they're going to give you a ranking on how you cleared them out in each encounter.
Okay, that's extremely Devil May Cry, but all right. That's, if you steal from the best.
Yep. So here we go. We're going to get into our first encounter. And we're going to clear some house up.
Does it matter what you're doing on the beat, or does it just matter that you're on beat? So could you do like a 2 normal attacks and then a dodge all on beat and still keep your bonus stuff?
You got it. Ooh, that hurt. So even if I'm not hitting, I can still do the beat and keep it going, like especially for those heavy attacks like this.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you a special ability here. So you can power that up. I was able to do that. There we go. Let's finish him off.
I do like all this. I was gonna say context sensitive. That's not right. But like the way that the enemies. What's the word? Like show what their attack is going to be. Yeah, forecast. Thank you.
Yep.
Forecast their attacks. You have the nice big ranges of here's this big line or here's this big circle that's also pulsing on the beat and getting bigger.
Yes.
You're right. Like it is very nice that everything around you, all the visual effects, all the environmental things, they're all pulsing or like shooting off smoke or steam on the beat. That's pretty neat.
Everything in here, even like the paint on the walls, it's all alive to the beat.
Yeah,
it's just really cool. The other thing that you can do is if you press select, you actually just get like this on screen.
Oh, sure. Okay.
So if you really needed and like wanted that, you can have that outside of 808 on the screen as well. So you can just turn that on and off however you want to. I think the writing's actually pretty funny. It's very witty. It doesn't come across like a Borderlands try hard humor to me. It's definitely squirrely, and I think we talk a little bit about it on our podcast Casual Hour. But a game like Forspoken, that's getting a lot of criticism for its writing. This feels a bit more authentic.
I mean, this feels earnest for sure, in a way that Forspoken and a lot of other games kind of like break that fourth wall and slightly go like, hey, we know that this is lame, so we're gonna comment on how lame it is, and like, oh, what if you just like went with it instead and just had a good time and didn't feel the shame of of whatever your writing is. Like if you think your writing is so shameful, maybe you should do better writing.
Totally agree with you. You're going to encounter puzzles that have to be, so like here we'll start this off. And that's how you'll get in on beat to unlock this, and that'll drop us down.
Okay.
The environment in this thing, I'm just blown away by what they've built in this world. It's so much fun to be in, man. It's just a spectacle to see.
Yeah, like the only thing, and maybe it's more of this area than the other ones that we've been in, is it is all so vibrant and so saturated that I could potentially see it being difficult to see what's going on. But at the same time, when you got into that arena, that actual fighting arena where you're supposed to be paying more attention to the beat stuff, it seemed like the environment was a little bit more stripped down, and certainly the enemies had those big forecasted attacks that certainly took up a lot of visuals. So like here, there's a ton of yellows and oranges and reds, and your character is also all those colors. So it's almost too much, but at the same time, it kind of doesn't matter here because this is all just style until you get to the next place where you do have to start paying attention.
Oh, this is cool. New thing, a magnet grab. Using Chai's magnetic arm, he can reach faraway places. Pressing on B. Okay. That's cool.
Sure.
That was awesome.
Who doesn't like a good hook shot?
It's always a good thing in my opinion.
Yes. All right, let's keep moving here. Again, the arenas so far have not been like as chaotically placed. Like and I'm early in the game, y'all. Like this is the second world. I'm an hour into it, so I'm still getting some tutorials on what to do here. So they're certainly keeping you engaged at a slow drip.
I mean, this seems very critical path at the moment. I wonder if they start to add in more environmental puzzles or things to do between the arenas, Because right now it just seemed like you walked from one place to another. Yeah, you got that cool magnet grab, which was just like a slight variation of going from one place to the other. But if they add in exploration puzzly stuff, that you can also do stuff on beat here, and then you get into these arenas and get to have the fun fights, I think that might be really cool. And it seems like that's where they're maybe hinting at going at. So this seems neat. And you said you're like an hour in so far?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can actually use that magnet to like jump to people. So like if you are trying to chain, damn, I need to be better about dodging this guy. You can quickly run over to folks, which is neat. Oh,
yeah,
new type.
Is handy.
Out of my way. It's mine. Whoa there, big guy.
Some enemies you have to break their stance. There we go. Looks like I'm gonna end up with a C on this one.
Just like school.
Yep. Rekka or Rika, I don't know how to pronounce their name. That's the first big boss. It looks like there's going to be 6 or 7 bosses that you're like working through each world to get towards, and then we'll figure out like how it's going. We played that one game, man, it was like a dungeon crawler, like roguelike dungeon crawler, where it was very versed in like the Silicon Valley culture, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Shit,
I can't think of the name of it right now, but
I will look it up. But yes,
that sort of like corporate jargon humor, like the first big area that you were at was like QA. So I think that there is some of that like style coming over here. This person is
going
Smidge.
under.
Going under, yes, thank you. Smidge the Fridge is what I call him.
Sure.
They do little tutorials with you when you run into them. And they're very kind of like, listen, just go ahead and beat me up. I want you to learn how to do this. I'll be around.
Okay. Sure. There's a character like that in Hades, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What an amazing piece of technology. Dude, this arm was made for picking up. That's not what it looks like from here.
So you get little hints like that throughout it, which are fun. Let's see what we need to do here. There we go.
So what is the story here? What is Chai doing? Why is he now carrying this guitar-shaped axe?
So that's all because of the iPod. Whenever they have a magnetic arm they said that was going to be used for picking up trash, which I believe was like either part of I don't quite remember like what led them to wanting to get that in the beginning of the game. But when they had that accident with the iPod being included, that's when the like, oh shit, like my magnetic arm can now like pull all these pieces of junk around me, and it shaped it into a guitar to play into the musical elements of the world that you find yourself in. And because of that, they like these robots and shit came out to essentially correct like the mistake that happened with the accident that you found yourself in. So they're trying to like take back property and correct what was done, because you've got quite a bit of shit here that makes you powerful, and that's why you're having all these things happen.
Okay.
So I missed a beat there. Need to get back on beat.
Other than staying on beat and not getting hit, what else contributes to your score at the end? Is it, hey, you did a lot of different types of attacks, or you used your special attacks, or like, are there other ways to kind of game the system and get better grades?
So far, I've just seen sticking to like frequency and flow. Like, I think that's the biggest thing for most rhythm games, is like, did you stay in the flow zone for what you were trying to do? Variety of attacks, like I'm unlocking, rather than this me like doing the standard like XX combo, am I able to like do variety of moves and unlock new moves?
Yeah. Also seems maybe like there's a timeness going on too, as your bar gets lower, so you want to complete these things faster if you can, obviously.
Yes, correct. It's just so much fun. It really is so much fun. Like, it's just a good, fun video game, man. Like, I've dug that quite a bit.
Yeah. Oh, there it was. You have a score, you had your just timing, and you had your time. So those seem to be the factors.
The level so far, like, again, that first one I went through took about an hour to complete that first world. Whoa, this is neat.
Figured you might need some help out in the field. I hacked these terminals and can send you some upgrades from here.
Nice.
Let's take a look. So we can upgrade our attacks. So you can see here what they'll do, how you can expand them. Like this one here, tune up. This one will be a pause, and it does knock some people up for juggling. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this one. I've got plenty of gear to do it.
Love a good air juggle.
Yes. Stomp box. This one seems pretty easy to do. I'll grab that one as well. And let's do that. Whoops.
Oh, that's cool. You could just sell it and get the money back. Interesting.
Yep. The other thing
that's nice. So you can buy an upgrade, and if you realize, I never used this, or this is a lot harder to pull off than I thought, then yeah, that's nice.
And I wonder, just looking at this menu, so you see, like Chai has these arrows. I can't select. I wonder if you'll have multiple playable characters in this game. I have to kind of imagine that's on its way. We'll see. So yeah, this is Hi-Fi Rush. I don't know how much more you want to see. I can keep putzing around this world, but
let's get one more battle in.
Okay. I have that, like, I have to look around all the corners mentality when playing games like this. It's very video gamey in that sense. And again, knowing that there's not a ton of ways to get currency outside of some of the exploration, I wanted to take a look at that stuff.
You're sounding even more suspicious than Vandalay.
Vandalay is suspicious.
Don't care.
I think the talking head is really good too. Yes, might not even be his real name. What are you doing in here?
When I taught Rekka everything she knew her tales. Hey,
Rekka.
I'm working here.
What's...
More lies. Ow.
Okay. Let's see if we can find one more of these encounters. So we're still in the factory. Ooh, shit.
Oh, little timing action. Okay.
Yeah, there has been some nice platforming stuff, not like annoyingly so, but again, everything moves on the beat, and I like that. Like, it's cool. So like, just going with that is pretty neat. So we'll let that go. God damn it. We'll try that one more time. This could be the fight you were looking for. I will call out one thing. I get it's going like kind of with the beat. I wish I could move a little bit faster or sprint. I wish that I had that option. Like, I can only move at this rate.
Yeah, I mean, you do have that dodge, but it seems like the recovery off the dodge is slow enough that it's not actually faster than... maybe it's a little faster than just walking, but...
Oh, this looks like fun.
Like, unless you're going to be speed running this thing and doing the special triple dash all throughout the entire level.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah. Neat.
Oh, god damn it.
That's all right. You didn't need any of that anyway.
I'll get him here. All right, let's... Woo.
Let's see another special move sometime in this fight too.
Okay. I need to get my special move powered up.
Yeah.
No, let me do it.
Actually, can you try using one of the new moves you bought?
Yeah. Combo list. Attacks. Combos. I think I got means the way to beat.
Yeah.
Yep. So that. Okay. Yeah. Let's try that one.
Yeah, that tossed him up in the air.
That was a special ability too.
Huh. That sounds like a different game we might be talking about relatively soon.
Hey, I know what you're talking about. Oh, nice little juggler there.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, there's some really cool moves that you can start to unlock just with different timing. And I think that... Oh, here, I gotta get this guy broken. There we go.
Yeah, this seems totally nice.
Yes.
I was gonna say the music seems kind of whatever, but also this is not the main music. You'd be listening to 9 Inch Nails right now.
Damn it.
Oh, that track list I said, that was only 7 songs.
Yeah.
Depending on how long this game is, that might get real old real quick.
I don't think it's very long, based off what I saw with those bosses there.
Yeah.
Okay. Cleared out that arena. We are in a good spot here. I don't know if I can... Yeah, I guess you can only go back to your hideout after... Is this cleared out? Is anybody else in here? Anyway.
Oh, you got a score.
This is Hi-Fi Rush. It is a very impressive one of these games. For a rhythm game, I think I mentioned this to you before we started recording. I find it incredibly forgiving. I know... Like there's a game that came out last year, that really pretty looking Dream rhythm game. It was just too much. Like it was too hard to stay on beat. And even some of the stuff with cadence, I think, was at times like a distraction and challenging, where this one seems to be just like have some fun. Get in there, do your thing. Like if you get on beat, you get rewards, but if you're not on beat, it's not gonna like stall you from progressing, which I think is important.
Yeah.
And again, there's other things here that are fun to do, which is the puzzle platforming pieces of it as well. So a lot of vibrancy here in this world. Oh shit! To check out, and this is on Game Pass. I don't know if we went over the cost of it.
We did not. It is $30 if you buy this standalone. It's also on Steam, so you can get it there. But yeah, I mean, not that I don't like this, but I don't know if I $30 like this. But knowing that it's on Game Pass definitely lessens the blow.
Yes, this certainly seems like one of those games that maybe wouldn't have happened without Game Pass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like this is something that Microsoft's like, hey, we've got this team, we've got this service. Like, let's get some cool ideas. I think about Obsidian with Pentiment, and like maybe that game wouldn't have been without Game Pass. I think they even made a comment like that.
Yeah. I think this game though, especially looking at the price of it standalone, yes, I think it was kind of made to be on Game Pass, but I feel like it's also kind of made to entice people onto Game Pass. That
yes.
Do I like this game enough that I want to pay $30 for it? I don't know, but do I like it enough where, hey, this is a thing that I can also just get when I get Game Pass? That seems to be an easier prospect to swallow.
Totally. It's on obviously Xbox and PC. Is it on any other places, or is that just it? It's exclusive
I don't believe
to this,
so.
right?
I think it's Xbox Series X, and Steam.
Okay, cool. I think this is a very cool game to check out, and I think anybody who has access to Game Pass should. There's all kinds of like free months, 1 month free, 3 months sometimes. Definitely worth checking out. And if you are into this game and what we've had to say about it, you can absolutely find more quick looks right here on the Casual Hours YouTube page. So like and subscribe. We put them up every Tuesday and Thursday. We play games like this on Mondays and Fridays on our Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/Casual Hour at 10:30 p.m. Central. And if you want to hear us go more in depth about what we like and don't like about games, you can definitely tune in for our podcast, which is the Casual Hour. We record that live every Wednesday night at 10:30 p.m. Central, and then we post that Friday mornings at 10 a.m. wherever you want to listen to your podcast. We are all oftentimes joined by our other co-host, Johnny. He's a good time to make fun of, so please come back, find out what we have to say, and check out new games with us here at the Casual Hour. Chase, thanks for checking out Hi-Fi Rush. This has been a ton of fun.
Yeah, thank you.